What is happening, guys? You want some how-to videos or what? Well, we're going to do some how-to videos on this Mustang. 1983 Mustang GT. T-top car, 5-speed car. It's got an 85 roller motor in it. Color change. Car has been hit. It's had a fender replaced. It's had a little work done in the back. It's had the other fender replaced. Looks like about a 10-year-old paint job on this car. This is what I would guess. It sat around in a barn since 2004. It's the last time it was inspected. We have a little bit of bubblage going on here. He's got to put T-top seals in it. Got to take this rear spoiler off it. I already took the trunk lock out. What else we got here? I have to get the mini grinder out and see what we got going on here. Maybe we'll end up taking this whole hatch off. If you guys can see down in there, it's looks a little crappy. Alright, I don't know if he wants to go as far as taking all these moldings off or not. He's going to come here and help me with this. It's just kind of a buddy deal. All these have to come off it all the way around. Lots of work here, guys. The car, like I said, he's going to go with a gloss black. Him and I have had many Mustangs over the years, this body style, these Fox body cars. My first Ford Mustang actually came from him. It was a 1983, same car. I do not believe it was a T-top car though. But we had a 351 Windsor in it with a 5-speed, and that car went like a bat out of hell. He's trying to bring back some memories. So he picked this one up. I think he paid a couple grand for it. And he wants to go through and make what we had before. We're going to make a black one out of it. So it'd be cool if I ended up with it again. It'd be like deja vu all over again. So yeah, that's what we're going to do with this car. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some tools. We got to pull these taillights out of it. I might pull this latch. I doubt it though. I don't think we'll have to, but it probably wouldn't be a bad idea because we are going to do a color change on it. Door locks are going to have to come off it. I think we're going to yank all the door panels. Okay. These lower sills, these door rubbers are all going to have to come off it. I mean, when you do a color change, guys, there's a lot of work to it. I mean, doing the door jambs and under the hood and all that is just as much work as doing the body. And especially, you know, when you're going from red to black, you know what I mean? It's, you know, you mess up a little bit, you're going to see red somewhere. So the taping has to be perfect. You know, you have to spend a lot of extra time, a lot of extra scuffing. Okay, this is going to be a little bit more than a blitz job. This is going to be done correctly. So, yeah, well, I'm going to shut up. I want to show you guys here, too, if you can see that. This thing had taken, you know, like I said, it had taken a biff, and they repaired this hood, and I took a screwdriver and just scratched up in it, and that is all body filler in there. And it's, you know, it's kind of deep. It's at least a millimeter deep right there. Where that scratches, and I didn't even obviously touch metal. So we'll get the mud hog out and we'll start smoothing some of that out and seeing what we're getting into there. I also noticed too that this line on the hood, I guess the camera's not going to pick it up, but it was a little weird here, like I, you know, maybe taking a grinder to it or something odd here anyway. But yeah, so that's what we have on this one. So I'll shut up. And we'll grab some tools, we'll take a couple things off it, and we'll start seeing what we're really getting into with this car. Alright, one thing I want to show you guys, this tool here, okay, this is made to remove these moldings around the windows. A lot of guys just try to grab onto them or whatever, and a lot of times you bend them up, but this is made to slide in between the glass and the molding, okay, and you just twist it a little bit, and it's what it does is it pops the clip loose, okay, there's actually little clips in here. Alright, so that's one of the first things we're going to do with this thing. We're going to make sure all these are loose. Kind of hard to do this one-handed here. So you want to make careful that you do not break the windshield. Yeah, I guess I should be using two hands for this. There we go. You kind of need one hand to pull up on the molding, and you need the other hand to run the tool. Alright, see these little clips here? Those little doohickeys? And the molding's got a little lip on it. If you can see that. These tools don't cost that much, guys. Alright, but see how easy that is? And like I said, that you should do it two-handed. I just did it all one-handed. Alright, it's not rocket science by any means. Alright, these little clips, they just slide down into here. Alright, you can pop these right out, usually with a little screwdriver or something. Grab a hold of them and slide them right out. Okay. Like this one here. Yeah, I guess it's not going to come out that easily. But that's what you got to do with those. Alright. Of course, you want to make sure you put all of your stuff inside of the car. For right now, I'm just going to set some of the stuff on the roof. Okay. You want to make sure to not bend those. Alright, for these wipers, just going to take a pair of channel locks here. We'll try to do this also one-handed. We're going to paint these anyway, so I'm not too worried about scratching them. It's kind of some up pressure and wiggle them back and forth, and then bam, they pop right off. Not all cars are like this. It's just how they are in these little Mustangs. Okay, some of the wipers arms have a little tab here. Alright, that'll slide in. Sometimes they'll have a little tab right here that you can pull out with a screwdriver. But it looks like this one's been messed up a little bit, so. This scoop's going to have to come off of this hood. So we'll see what we have to do for that. Looks like we got a bunch of either 10 or 11 millimeter bolts. I think they're 11s, if I'm not mistaken on these. So I'll go ahead and grab some 11s and we'll pop that scoop off. Alright, we'll put the hood down. We should be able to lift this right off of here. And there we go. I think those scoops are worth a little bit of money. Then what we're going to have to do, guys, is we'll lay some plastic or something over this engine so we don't get this nice air cleaner all covered in crap, and try to keep the engine compartment as clean as possible. Then I'll go ahead and I think is what I'll do. I'm kind of curious as to how deep the body filler is on this hood, so we'll grab the mud hog and we'll rip into this and see what we got going on here. Alright, I got a piece of 40 grit on the mud hog. Let's tear into the sucker, see what we got going on here. Alright, key to a machine like that, guys, is you always hold it flat. Same thing with a dual action sander, a DA sander. Now obviously you see I was holding it flat and how big the high spot was here, and it's still quite high. Alright, so we're going to have to keep digging. The piece of 40 on there is kind of beat, so I think I'll actually put a new piece of 40 on it. But you can still see here how deep this dig is. So let me go ahead and throw a new piece of 40 on there, and then we'll really tear this thing up and see what we got here. These sheets, guys, are just stick-on sheets for the mud hog. Unfortunately, I don't have any 40 left, so we're going to stick a piece of new 80 on it. It'll still cut pretty good. Just try to center it on the pad, okay? Let her eat. Alright, now this actually looks worse, but it feels much smoother than what we already had going on here previously. Alright, now if you look though, that's what they've got. They've got a coat of red paint here. They've got the original black E-coat. Then they've got red. Then there's primer. Then there's more red. There's body filler over the paint. The green is the etch primer. The gray is either a lacquer-based or an epoxy-based filler primer. It looks like it has a black base coat down and then a red. So it's showing a lot of history here in this panel, guys. It's been painted a few times in the past. But I'm going to keep taking this down, get it as smooth as we possibly can. I really don't want to dig all this mud out of here if I don't have to, but we might end up having to do that, okay? So I'm going to keep sanding on this, and then you guys can check back in a sec. Alright guys, you can definitely see a lot of history here, and there's definitely a lot of mud here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this just like that, so when he gets out of work and he comes and checks it out, he'll see exactly what's going on here, and then we'll take it from there. Maybe we can get him into buying another hood for it, or maybe we could strip all this out and start with a fresh piece of metal and you know, work it from there. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go ahead and grab the little mini grinder, and we'll grind some of this out of here and see what we got going on here. Then we'll go ahead and do a little grinding on the other side too. Guys, look underneath this molding here. Okay, this door rubber pulls down. Okay, you just got to be really careful so you don't rip it. They do have it glued. Alright, but there's some Phillips head screws up in here to take these moldings off. So we're going to go ahead and pop these off real quick before I take this grinder to it. I might take this T-top off too and remove these to see what we got going on here too. Alright, got one of the moldings off, the other one we're leaving on there just for the time being. Let's take this little grinder here and see what we got. Not good. Looks like we have a little hole there, boys and girls. Got that hole filled right in with mud. So we're going to leave that so he can see that. So I think we're going to call it quits for this video for today, guys. Alright. Basically gives you an idea of what we're getting into with this car. Then we'll continue making videos as we work on it. And we'll make sure we follow through right to the end on this one so you guys can actually see the whole process, what it takes to do a color change on a car. Alright, I mean there's a lot of work here involved, guys, but you guys will be right along for every video, every process, every move on this car. I mean, some things I'll do off camera, like DAing. You know, I'm not going to have you guys watch me, you know, for 12 hours DAing the whole car, but I'll show you guys clips on how you do that, how you feather edge the paint, how you prep for primer, and things like that. So you guys just be patient, and we'll give you a lot of videos on this one. So y'all have a good day, and we'll talk to you later. See you guys.